Well, folks, I had a lot of people ask me how to put the thumbnail cases on the wall. So I've saved a few steps here, but we're going to cover them anyway. There's a mark right here. That mark is at 69 inches because the case looks best at 68 inches and you need to be 1 inch below that. So you make a mark at 69 inches. Now there's already some holes here. There's a dot right here. That's the center line where your case goes. What I do, take the bracket, and since I've already drilled the holes, it's kind of like the bacon show where they got everything all measured out. What I do is I go ahead and take my trusty drill, put this in a little bit on the center line right there, kind of tighten it up, just barely snug it up so it still rotates on the wall. You get your level out, get your bracket squared up here, and then you can see this, it's already drilled. I pre-drill these with a 1/4 inch drill hole. I know the anchors that they sell you, they say they don't need drilling. Well, they lie. They work better. So I use these toggle anchor here. That some of them got the blue wings on them, some of them are white, but this is just a toggle anchor. And the ones I buy are 75-pound holding power. So this one here, the first hole is in a stud, so you don't need an anchor. Just random luck that I happen to hit a stud. Don't worry about it. So if you got 5 of these things at 75 pounds, that's 375 pounds of pullout. The shear force is even more than that. Your case is not coming off the wall. So you take your drill, you drill your 4 holes right there, being careful to make sure that they're good. So you don't have to take this off. You then rotate this a little bit, screw the anchor into the hole, which I've taken out here. And I recommend buying a number 3 Phillips head instead of the normal number 2 that everybody has in their toolbox. These are kind of big and they work better with the number 3. So I've already installed them. You just screw them into the wall there. Rotate this back. Get her lined up here. Let me get a couple screws off the chair here. Get these all started ahead of time. One in here. This is going to go just slightly easier because it was already installed once. Go ahead and fire the drill up. Now the other thing that's kind of a... Don't go crazy tightening these down. Just barely snug them up. Because if you tighten it down, this thing's called a French cleat where it slides on top of each other. If you tighten it down too much, it might roll this in. I mean, it's snug. It's not coming off. So don't go all crazy and thinking you got to put 1,000,000 foot-pounds into this thing. Just barely snug them up. Boom. So now your bracket's on here. You can double check it with the level. I already know this one's level, that it's there. Sometimes if it's not level, it's a real bear to get level, and you're actually better off taking a little piece of wood and jamming it in the end here to sort of prop your case up crooked relative to the bracket. Because if it's just off a little bit and you loosen it up and you can't adjust it with the slop that's in the drill holes, next best thing, put a little shim in the corner here, make your case over there if it's getting to you that it's crooked. So now we're ready to put the case up on the wall here, and these are heavy. I still got a little brute strength left over from mining for 30 years, but you might want to get some help here. The other thing we're doing different is this case, we left the feet on it. When it comes in the case, it won't, in the wood plywood shipping crate, the feet and the bracket will be separate, and you can choose feet or bracket. We had this one setting up. We said, you know what, I'm going to leave the feet on so people can see what they look like, and it'll hang on the wall with the feet. It's flush on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the wall. Let me get a grip on it here. So what you do, turn your lights on, slide it up and past, drop it down on the cleat, and there you go, it's hanging. And again, normally the feet wouldn't be on here, but this is kind of a demo video, so we're leaving the case all the way assembled. There's just 4 screws on the bottom here. Plug it in, and I don't think there's any power in that cord. And the on-off switch is on one side or the other, usually this side, So that's how you get your case on the wall. You can see it's not coming off. Now I'll break the light bars, I'll tear the case up, but I'm not going to tear it off the wall. That's the point. So anyway, that's the basic primer on how to put this on the wall. Step 1, make a mark at 69 inches. Step 2, put the bracket 1 inch below that. So your bracket sits at 68 inches. 69 is your height right here. That's where most people are comfortable looking at it. If you're a little tall, a little shorter, change it up. Step 3, put the bracket up, drill the center hole first, snug it up, use your level to get it level, and then drill the others. Use a 1/4-inch drill bit as a pilot hole. Back it off a little bit, rotate the thing 90 degrees, the bracket 90 degrees, so you can put your anchors in. These guys right here, put 4 of them in. I only put 5 in here. This case, there was one screw hit a stud, so I didn't need to use 5. Put them in, tighten it up, and don't go crazy. Snug it up. Then you're ready to hang it. One other step that I didn't cover, because this case was previously hung, is the cord can come out of the back of the case or the bottom. There's lots of cord in here. So if you're going to bury this cord in the wall, then you want to go ahead and mark on the wall, make a hole, bury it, drag it over to the nearest electric outlet through the wall, get an electrician to help you if you're not mechanical that way. Otherwise, run this thing down, plug it in, and you're ready to go. So that's the long and the short of it, how to put one of these things on the wall.